Namaste. In this lecture, we are going to cover the topic hidden fields. So, I'm opening a new project. Let the project name be my hidden fields example. Okay. So in this case, we will be using first we will be using a simple HTML form which can be saved with extension HTML or for that matter JSP. Here I am starting with my form. Method is equal to, you can use either post or get. I'm using, this is your action is equal to process, so control will be passed to this servlet process. In the event of clicking on the submit button, enter the user name. So input type is equal to text. This is going to be a simple text box, and let the name be uname. This is for username, so I have given a suggestive name uname. Then type enter the city name. So I'm going to write input type is equal to text, and let the name of this text box be, I think, city. Okay, city. Right. Let me use the break line tag here. Then finally I am going to write the code for submit button. Input type is equal to submit, value is equal to, you can write like proceed or something that will appear on the button. So now we are going to write this servlet process. Go to Java resources, src, press the right mouse button, click on new, go to new, and then choose servlet. It will ask for the package. Let it be Mahajans. It will be created. This package will be created. And process. Okay. So far so good. Now we are supposed to go to the DoPost method of this servlet, because we have used the value post for the attribute method. So as usual, I would be writing response.setContentType. Okay, text/html. Then string uname is equal to request.getParameter. The name of the text box was uname. The first text box was with the name uname, so its value will be picked up using the get parameter that will go into this string variable uname. Then string variable city will pick up the value from the text box with the name city. Right. So print writer out is equal to response dot get writer. So as usual, let me correct the spellings of that parameter. Okay, so print writer is in java.io. Let us import it. Then in order to write some HTML code, I'm going to use out.print. Out is the object of print writer class. So I'm going to create a simple form method is equal to post, and action is equal to, I'm going to give the name of a servlet where the control will be transferred in the event of clicking on the submit button. Let the name of this new servlet be sample. We should use single quotes because the whole string has been enclosed within double inverted commas. Out dot print, then interestingly we would be writing input type is equal to hidden. So I would be writing input type is equal to hidden. So what does that mean? Input type is equal to hidden means what will happen is the value has been picked up from the index.jsp HTML, and that is the value that we want to transfer to another servlet called sample. So because sample is the third file, it cannot pick up the values directly from index.jsp. So first I will have to pass the values to the very next servlet, which is process.java. Now this is the servlet which will be invoked when we will click on the submit button of our HTML form, which was created in the first program index.jsp. Now here in the servlet process.java, I don't want to display the values. So that is why I have not used anything like input type is equal to text. I have used input type is equal to hidden. That means values will be available here, but they will not be displayed on the screen. So this is our submit button. Value is equal to proceed or anything that you want to give. Now we are supposed to write this sample servlet, and in this sample servlet I would try to retrieve the values which were given in the hidden fields, So the method is quite obvious, get parameter. So I would be writing request.get parameter, what was the name of the first hidden field, uname, and not to be missed is this statement response.set content type text/html. So the name of the first hidden field was uname. Its value will be picked up and put into uname. Similarly, we will pick up the value of the second hidden field, city, that will be put into a variable called city. Okay, so txt uname, sorry, the name was txt uname and txt city, the names of hidden fields. So I have corrected it, txt uname and txt city, these were the names of the hidden fields in process.java servlet. So now in order to write some HTML code, I will have to create an object of printWriter class. So I would be writing this statement, printWriter out is equal to response.getWriter, and import this java.io. Okay, so far so good. Now out.print, right? So h1 heading 1, I want my method to be centered, so let us use the center tag. Then I would be writing uname. I just want to show that this servlet, currently we are working in sample.java, it was able to retrieve the values of the hidden fields from process.java. So the values were put into uname and city. So I would be printing these values. You can print these values in whatever manner you want to. I am using h1 and h2. So your city, this message will appear, and in front of this message I want to print the value of this variable city. So I would be writing city, and then I will close my center tag and h2 tag. Okay, right. So you can have a look at the code. It's quite simple. This was your index.jsp, I'm going to execute it. Oops, there seems to be some problem. Okay, so let me rectify this. Sometimes we have to close the Tomcat server. Now I have re-executed the program. So I'm going to give the username as Mahajan's, city name suppose Kurukshetra. I will click on proceed. Oops, okay. There seems to be some very minor problem with our HTML code in process.java. Let's check it out. Okay, it's a minor mistake. I didn't close this angular brackets of first, third and fourth print statement, and I forgot to close the form tag also. This is it. Okay, no problem. Let's re-execute the program. So this is Mahajan's username, city name suppose Kurukshetra. Click on proceed. Now this is process.java servlet, and through hidden fields it has got the values, and those values are passed to sample servlet. So these values were getting printed. So actually these were the names of the our hidden fields: txt name, txt city, and this is your txt uname. And okay, let me check the code. Oh yes, actually the problem is in the hidden fields. We have created the hidden fields, we have given them names also, but we have not set their values. So values will come from index.jsp, from the text boxes of index.jsp. So I would write value is equal to, because values are supposed to be within single quotes. So I would write uname within single quotes, because uname is a variable, it shouldn't be written within double quotes. So similarly txt city, and on the same lines I will be setting the value of its value attribute. Right, I hope you were able to understand. Actually we have created these hidden fields with the names txt uname and txt city, but we had not set their values. Now I have set their values. Now our program will run successfully. So I am executing it. Let us give it the name, username Mahajan's, and again city name Kurukshetra or something else. Click on proceed. It has been passed on to this your servlet process. There is a button, proceed. Yes, the values have been picked up by the servlet sample.